I don't think I do it.
But Arsenal started like house on fire. Signing number 2 for this new era. It's Judgment Day, people. Yeah! What did your boy tell you? It was never in doubt. Never in doubt. Don't believe in any luck, I believe I'm self-made, yeah. That's a fucking great start, innit? Now then, people, welcome back to the Just Joe Football Show, and we're reacting to the breaking news that has just developed that Andrea Radrizani has tried to use Elland Road as capital, has tried to use Elland Road in a deal in order to acquire Sampdoria, using our ground as collateral for a deal to acquire Sampdoria. I am absolutely seething. Like, this guy was telling us yesterday that once the anger and disappointment of Leeds United fans had subsided, that he would be, we would all come back together and get on this road towards promotion. Not a cat in hell's chance now. Not a cat in hell's chance now is that going to happen. He has basically tried to leverage our future against him getting a new toy. Literally, this club is back to where it was with Massimo Cellino, GFH, and Ken Bates. This is the sort of stuff that they would have done. This is the sort of stuff that they would have done. And I'm fully expecting protests. 100%. It's an absolute circus, as Lee says. It's an absolute joke. And he's any good favour that he had has just evaporated for me. I've got someone just chatting to me on Twitter. They're saying, keep the faith. This is a business game. No, it is not. You know, I can't believe the reaction of a fan. I don't know what everyone else is, but I just can't be dealing with people now trying to bend the truth and a narrative to try to come out of the other side and say that Radrizani is doing this to leverage the 49ers or trying to do it because he's a businessman and he's savvy. It's all bullshit. Get him out of the football club right now. It is an absolute disgrace. And the worst thing is, his reaction tells you all you need to know. We will go through the article, but I want to pick out some of the key bits. Like, this is everywhere. David Ornstein, Adam Crafton, Phil Hay. It is literally everywhere right now. It'll probably be on Sky Sports very, very soon as well. I cannot believe it either, Matt. Like, I'm genuinely shocked at this. And his reaction when asked the question. When asked the question, he said it is none of your business. We will go through it. I agree with Econ who says, get to Radz out. I agree completely with that statement as well. Honestly, I can't believe it. So not only was the coward, because that's what he was, not only was the coward not at Elland Road, right? Not only was he not at Elland Road on Sunday when we were relegated, he was doing a deal using the ground that we were playing in. Using the ground that we were playing in to try and stay at the pinnacle of English football. He was out in Sampdoria sunning himself, talking like Harry Redknapp outside the car windows, saying, yeah, we'll get this deal done. You know, it's going to be all right. Whilst also signing off on using Elland Road as collateral so he could get this deal over the line. It is insane that this has happened. And look, you'll notice all the Romanos and that they're not tweeting about that because he feeds them info and all that sort of stuff. I am so glad for The Athletic. I am so glad for Adam Crafton that he has done due diligence and looked into this. We spoke about this yesterday. We needed to know what's changed because remember the part of the deal, there was a veto if he went and acquired another football club. Is that still in? We'll go through the article. I've not had a chance to fully digest it yet. Like, genuinely, I'm foaming. Shocked to hear that he's not leaving anytime soon. We have gone back in time 16 years. This is what I mean. Any lurking notion that fans believe that he might be staying, that's evaporated now. Surely everyone can see that, because how can he be looking to move on the football club if he was willing to sign off on Elland Road, being used as collateral for bank loans? That included interest on them bank loans against our ground. He was never going anywhere. Never going anywhere. It's an absolute joke. We're going to pick the bones out of it. We will have a look at what's been said. I mean, the thread by Adam Crafton is insane. It is insane. And 100% L, they will not want none of this. They will not want none of this. And don't be getting onto this. Don't be getting onto this QSI or mate, if they had the money and they'd have come. You know what I mean? I'm not having anyone trying to look for me for the positives through this. The guy is a charlatan. The guy is a joker, and he's trying to run the football club into the ground. That is basically what is happening. Parachute payments going to Italy? Probably. Yeah, Jamie, he didn't even tell the 49ers. They didn't even know. Do you think they're going to get into bed with this guy? I can't believe they already have. If I were them, I'd already be looking to sell my shares. I'd already be looking to sell my shares and get out. Let's go through some of the key talking points, and then we'll read the article in its entirety. But this is the key headline. Leeds chairman Andrea Radrizani offered to use the club's Elland Road Stadium as security for a £26 million bank loan, which his company Acer and partner Gestayo Capital intended to use to complete a takeover of Sampdoria. Insane. Okay, so whoever this Gestayo Capital is as well, they can get in the bin as well. It goes on to say the proposed bridging loan would be due for repayment within 2 years. Who's paying that? Who's paying that? Leeds United were taking some of the flack for that, because whatever you think about him owning two football clubs, this is going to impact Leeds United. And anyone who doesn't think it is, they're in cloud cuckoo land, because of course it's going to impact Leeds United. Because the money is his. What he does with it, like he tells us later on in the article, is up to him. We are just a side piece now. We are a side chick now. He says, and it contains clauses showing that the bank would charge interest of provisionally between 6 and 9% per year during this period. We know that this guy likes to kick stuff down the road. We know that he does it with transfers. But when he wants it, remember, he demanded that Calvin Phillips and Rafinha be paid up front. Probably ensuring that we get less money over the course of a few seasons via amortization. But he wanted the money up front. But whenever he's doing deals, it's always kicking the can down the road, you know? And he'd have probably kicked this can down the road as well. He says, sources close to the takeover talks between Leeds and 49ers have told Athletic that the 49ers and Leeds chief executive, and Leeds chief executive Angus Kinnear and even Acer executive Massimo Marinelli, who's a Leeds board member, were not even told about the proposal. So he didn't even tell anyone. He tried to do this cloak and dagger. Like, what was he expecting? And that just proves to me, this is what I'm saying, this proves he has no intention of leaving this football club at all. Because he was willing to do a deal against our beloved Elland Road to acquire another football club, and he didn't even tell his compatriots, if you like. He didn't even tell the 49ers. He didn't tell Angus Kinnear. He didn't even tell the guy that works for him, who's on our board, Massimo Marinelli. He did not even share it with them. So it's clear no deal was ever going to be done, because what was he going to do? Sign the loan off for Sampdoria. Then 49ers take full control and say, what's this, Radz? What's this? Oh, did I not tell you? I just recently took, I recently just took out a loan against the ground that I own. I cannot believe he's got the audacity to do this. And then we dial it back to yesterday's statement where he told us, when everyone's anger and disappointment has settled down, we'll be able to move forward with this. What? What do you think's happening now? Says, hey, Joe, just watching this unfold now. Radz offered ER. Has he actually used the ground as collateral? He's tried to. Whether or not that's actually being signed off on, we do not know. But he's definitely tried to. And that is enough for me. That is enough for me. This is the sort of stuff that Massimo Cellino would do. This is the sort of stuff that Ken Bates would do. GFH. Remember all them people say, oh, be appreciative of what he's done. He's got us to the Premier League and he brought us Bielsa and all this. The guy's an absolute snake. The guy is a snake, a stain, and arguably, he's worse than the lot, man. He's worse than the lot because he had it in the palm of his hands. He had it in the palm of his hands. And it's just gone and dissipated. And any lurking notion that some fans would be okay, it's gone. Matthew says, we are just a cash cow. Exactly. I can't believe it, honestly. It's insane. So the fact that he didn't even share it with his board members, that there is insane. Honestly. It is absolutely insane. It says, as of now, it's unclear the extent to which the loan progressed beyond a signed heads of terms agreement. So it could have been used. We don't actually know yet. No charge has been registered at Company's House, so it is possible that the funding has been secured differently. It's possible. We don't know. I'm sure we will get to know, though. Because as soon as that charge has been registered at Company's House, if indeed it does, then we will know. What did he think he was going to do? That was going to go like under the radar. No one was going to find out about it. It's insane. But this is the best. This is the kicker. This is really the kicker. But remarkable, Leeds chairman would offer to use club stadium as security for potential loan to buy a different club. Radrizani told The Athletic through emails what Acer Ventures does with its assets, including Leeds and Elland Road, is none of your business. That's what he's basically said. He also tried to say you are not well informed as the deal is done by Gestio Capital. Gestio Capital did not respond for comment. Again, that's not true. That is not true that Gestio Capital are the one that's done this deal because the statement put out by them it says that Andrea tweeted something out earlier. Just one moment. I'm just trying to find the tweet. Here it is. So this is the tweet that our good friend Andrea put out just a second ago to say that the statement released by Sampdoria's board on May the 27th, when the board accepted their offer, states a preliminary agreement for an increase in the capital of the club by Gestio and Acer. Yeah. So it's not just Gestio when he's telling people you are ill-informed, you are incorrect. He's a snake. He's a slippery snake, and he's trying to get out of it. And the worst thing is where he's tried to say that he's literally tried to say to Adam Crafton that they are trying to turn the fans against us. This is what he said. This is the article, but the Square Ball have just took this screen grab. So when asked in an email, he said, what Acer Ventures does with its assets, which includes several companies, including Leeds United, Greenfield and Elland Road, it's none of your business. He also added, you can do what you want, but you are just trying to put Leeds United fans against myself. It is not nice. Or who are you, Radz? Who are you? It is not nice, he says. What about us? While you were using our ground to leverage a deal for Sampdoria, we were getting relegated. We were getting relegated. And he said, you're just trying to turn the Leeds fans against me. It is not nice. You did that yourself. You did that yourself. It started when you sacked Bielsa. Okay, maybe only 55% of the fan base were pissed off, you know, because this is the funny thing. This is the funny thing. You can't have your cake and eat it, because where was the first publication that broke the news about Bielsa? It was The Athletic and Phil here. I got on the bus and we had an article from Phil here after the Spurs game saying he was going to be sacked. So he was happy to feed it then. Yeah. At the start of the season, he did an exclusive with The Athletic, David Ornstein and Phil here. It is impossible that we will be relegated. He was willing to do that. TV interviews, you know, getting himself all over the shop. You know, look at me, the big I am. I've saved Leeds United. And now he's telling The Athletic, you're trying to turn Leeds fans against me. That's not how it works, bro. You can't have your cake and eat it. He's a slippery snake and he needs to fuck off. That's the reality of the situation. And he's, regardless of what he does, goes and gets a great director of football. We start winning football games. This will not go. This will not go. You're right, Chabsy. Even rival fans were saying this is unacceptable. Loads. It's shocking. It is shocking. Because it comes when we've just been relegated from the Premier League. It comes when there's so much upheaval around the football club and worrying and nervousness about what the next season could bring. And while we're all in this state of flux, he's there trying to leverage our football club in order for him to buy Sampdoria over in Italy. I cannot believe it. Honestly, I'm genuinely shocked at this news. I want to thank The Athletic and Adam Crafton for getting this, because he's clearly tried to keep this under wraps, because he didn't even tell Angus Kinnear. He didn't even tell the 49ers. He didn't even tell someone who works on the ACER board, who is a board of director at Leeds United. It's mental. Right, okay. Let's have a look what this is saying here. We need to have a look into this. So Peter Andre says, this is something that the LUFC Trust and Leeds City Council need to look into. Quite evident that Elland Road is now under threat of long-term loss to the community. So it says here, road as an asset of community value. So in 2017, we submitted and were granted an application to secure Elland Road as an asset of community value. This means that Elland Road cannot be sold without community groups being informed and given a right to bid. So again, he's broken the law by the looks of it here. Cannot be demolished or used for any primary purpose other than a football ground, and could be compulsorily purchased by the local authority. So 1 second. So it looks like he could have broke the law with this, folks. Just bear with us 1 minute while I just move that down, because I know that Graham Smith and the likes have responded to it. Graham Smith says, I contacted the council this morning. We are awaiting word. Adam says, yes, I mean, fundamentally, it depends if the loan progressed beyond the heads of terms of agreement. It may not have done. Doesn't change the fact that he was offering it up. And nobody is currently going on the record to clarify the status of the loan. Why are they not going on record? Is it because he's done it? At which point, if he has, he's broke the law. He's broke the law. The guy is literally a crook. Because it says there, when Elland Road has got community asset, which he's probably done in a way to... There'll have been a reason he's had it registered as a community asset with the council. 100% there'll be a reason. But as part of that, it says in the documentation, and obviously it's viable because Graham Smith said that I've chased it up with the council. Part of that agreement says that it cannot be sold without community groups being informed and given a right to bid. Well, clearly, he's not given anyone notice because he hasn't even told his board members. You know what I mean? Cannot be demolished or used for any primary purpose other than a football ground, and could be compulsory purchased by the local authority or council if it was under threat of long-term loss to the community. Well, is it under long-term loss to the community? You could argue yes, because he's putting it against a loan. What if he didn't pay back that loan? Then obviously that ground would then belong to that creditor. It is insane, the developments. Michael Yates says we're a cash cow. It comes when we are hurting and he just sits in his ivory tower playing Monopoly with our club. Yeah, exactly. You bang on the money, mate. I'm genuinely shocked. Like, you don't think it could get any worse. At this stage, like, we're screwed, aren't we? Like, what happens next? What happens next? I do not know. People saying it's worse than the GFH or Chelino eras, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. They are not wrong. I genuinely am shocked that this has come out. I mean, Baron Cross has said, staggering, the audacity. That's the fact, innit? It's the audacity of the man to say what we do with our companies is nothing to do with you, and you were just trying to turn the fans against me. It's crazy. The audacity of the snake that is Andrea Radrizani. And it calls into question any decision. The Gary Monk saga. Was Gary Monk really the snake? You know, the sale of Chris Wood. Was Chris Wood really the snake? Everything that's come and gone. Everything that's come and gone. This guy is a slippery customer. And we all bought into his lies. We all bought into his lies. And he got away with it. I'm going to go almost Andy Tate here when he says, you got the job on the technicality of a legend. He got a buy on the technicality of a legend in Marcelo Bielsa. And once that guy left, because it was shit before he came, and it's even worse now after he's gone. So everything the man built has been demolished by this slippery, snaky Andrea Radrizani. You know, there's people that have told us this from the start. Big shout out, Jay. Big shout out, Jay. Because there's people that have been on this from the very start. And even me, myself, got carried. No, Premier League, Bielsa, But look at it now. I genuinely am shocked that he's got the balls to do this. And what's worse, he's not even told Angus. He's not even told the 49ers. Do you think the 49ers are getting involved now? Not a cat in hell's chance. No wonder we haven't heard from them. Remember, it's 49ers Enterprises as well, right? So it's a group of investors. So it's not the 49ers themselves. It's 49ers Enterprises. Now, if you're one of them multimillionaires like Pete Lowy or whoever else is involved, apparently there's a high-up political official in Washington that has also invested in the 49ers Enterprise. Do you think they go, yo, Parag, I don't want to invest in this shit show anymore. Remove my money. That person says, remove my money. And before you know it, the 49ers are like, listen, we ain't got the capital. You know, we ain't got the capital to purchase because no one wants to work with you anymore because you're an absolute snake.
And so we don't have the capacity.
Honestly, it's an absolute joke. Locke says, and I thought Leicester City were in a mess. I feel for you. I do as well, Locks. I do as well. I knew it was bad, but I didn't realise it was this bad. No, I actually didn't even know it was bad before this week. I just thought he would do one and the 49ers would ride in on a white horse. But that's not happening because the statement told us yesterday he's going nowhere. And then we find out today that he's tried to leverage the football club, the stadium that we hold. So, you know, we love that stadium, right? It's one of the old, you know, English football grounds and it's still got that feel about it. And he's trying to use it in a deal to try and purchase a City A B club to prevent them getting 4-point deduction. I couldn't give a shit about Sampdoria and their 4-point deduction. And that's the facts of the situation. Sorry if any Sampdoria fans are watching. You know, he's tried to leverage the stadium. Now, we don't know whether or not it's actually gone through, but that is not the point. That is not the point. But imagine it has. Imagine that's the next kicker when it actually goes through Company's house. Get the fucking pitchforks, light the fire torches, and get outside Elland Road. I wish I lived close, because I'd be there. But he's not there anyway, is it? So it's pointless. But can you imagine going into next season like this? We had the captain, Liam Cooper, saying he doesn't even know what's going on. He doesn't even know what's going on. It's mental. Honestly, I can't believe what's happened. What is this now? Oh God, there's all sorts going off. I can't really comment on that on the Company's house stuff because I don't really know. So, I don't know. This was back in January. Again, this is obviously some shady shit going down now. So this was back in January, where changes to the ownership of Elland Road Stadium becomes public. Radrizani sold some of his personal shares last May to someone unspecified. Moves from 78% ownership to a little over 50%. Who's that then? I don't know. Could that be this JUSTJOE Capital? I'm just not sure. It's yeah, he doesn't have no money. We knew that anyway, right? Like anyone who thought, oh yeah, and they used to go, yeah, but he's done this. All he did is kick the can down the road. When he received transfer fees, he was wanting the payments up front, but every deal we've done's been leveraged, man. Part of that amortization. So whoever does come in, he's going to have to take them payments on anyway. Honestly, it's infuriating, man. It's genuinely infuriating. Like, what's developed, man? There are no words anymore. There are no words for what this guy does. I don't know what we do next. You know, we've got Newcastle fans saying it's Mike Ashley 2.0. It's Mike Ashley 2.0. Mike Ashley 2.0, and we're going to be Watford and Udinese 2.0. I can't believe it. Honestly, I thought this guy was all right, you know. Oh, my God. Is it any wonder we've been relegated? Is it any wonder? I mean, again, this is not a good sign. Check this. Like, Sunderland did exactly the same thing when they went down. And where did they go? They went League One. Hello, darkness, my old friend. You know? Hello, darkness, my old friend, indeed. I can't fucking believe it. So, the worst thing is how at the end, you know, he said in the emails to Adam Crafton or to The Athletic, you are trying to turn the Leeds fans against me. It is not nice. This is what he said. Yet while we were getting relegated on Sunday, he was over in Italy acquiring a new football club, which probably vetoes any deal with the 49ers anyway. And he was also using the stadium that we were playing in that was packed to the rafters with faithful Leeds United fans to try and acquire this bullshit football club. I can't believe it, man. Let's go through the article. So, I'll share the article with you now. So this is the Athletic article written by Adam Crafton and Phil Hare. So Radrizani offered to use the club's Elland Road Stadium as security for a £26 million bank loan, which his company ASA and bidding partner JUSTJOE Capital intended to use to complete a takeover of the Italian club Sampdoria. Under a heads of terms of agreement co-signed by Radrizani, essentially an agreement in principle, Elland Road would act as collateral as part of a deal by Radrizani's ASA and his bidding partner JUSTJOE Capital to borrow 30 million from Italian bank Sistema, helping to fund their Sampdoria buyout. Like, why not just... Hang on. What? Abel, what are you on about? I can't help but getting frustrated at a comment like that. How's it not all his fault? Who was it who signed the terms of agreement? Did anyone have a gun to his head? Did he share it with anyone? The only person that knows about this is the bank and Gestio Capital and Radrizani himself. So how is it not his fault? How does he still have supporters? He literally told no one. It says there it was signed by him, an agreement in principle, and you stand there and say, but it is not all his fault. It is his fault. How can he still have supporters? I'm sorry. I fear we aren't bouncing back after this info. No, I don't see it either. What are you, Abel? What are you on about, bro? We're not talking about relegation here, bro. We're not talking about relegation and shit managers that they acquired and shit players that they acquired and an absolute clown of a football director in Victor Orta. We are not talking about this. We're talking about the fact that he went to a bank and said, can you give me 30 million? And they went, what are you going to put down as collateral? And he went, oh, Elland Road. He didn't even tell anyone. He didn't even tell anyone. No, Seri, this is not how it works. You are clearly not a Leeds United fan if you're going to sit there and say this is how it works. I'd assume come over with Jesse and co. But this is not how it works. This is a football club. People's lives. It's insane. Honestly. Talk to me. Talk to me, man. So, yeah, look, he's gone to the bank and said, right, I need 30 million to buy this football club. Yeah. And he's gone, how do I get that? I'll sign off. So, well, I do apologize, Seri, but to say this is how it works, no, it does not. I understand that, but you were referring to the Athletic interview. This one now that I'm reading through. What are you on about, bro? Stop it. So it says Leeds United were only relegated from the Premier League to the Championship on Sunday, but their majority owner Radrizani was not present because he's a coward at the final match of the campaign, as he instead sought to finalise agreement for Sampdoria. Leeds are majority owned by Radrizani, but the club's minority shareholder 49ers Enterprise has been in discussion to acquire control of the club. No agreement has yet been reached. However, our sources close to the takeover process, who, like others in this article, wish not to be named. Yeah. So people close, people, people close to it say to protect business relationships. So even the people that are close to him are willing to speak about the craziness of this snake. Told The Athletic that the 49ers had not been informed about the stadium being put forward as security for a potential loan. They probably got the call. They probably got the call or the email and they went, what? Have you seen what this has done? Have you seen what he's up to? So less than 24 hours after Radrizani announced that an agreement had been reached in principle for his group to purchase Sampdoria, The Athletic learned that a proposal had earlier been drawn up, which meant that in order for the bank to approve the loan, it would be secured against Leeds United Elland Road ground, which is controlled by Elland Road Limited, the UK company which controls the stadium. The proposed bridging loan would be due for repayment within 2 years. What if he didn't have the money for that? What if he didn't have the money for that? And Toonami says, no, it's not how it works. Leverage buyout should never happen. It's a massive red flag. Yeah, what if he didn't have the facilities to pay that? And it also contains clauses showing that the bank would charge interest of provisionally between 6 and 9% per year during this period. However, the agreement would also enable the loan to be extended for up to a decade. Wow, that's even worse. So if you ain't got the facilities to pay in 2 years, it's okay. You can have it for 10. So then it goes on to say, which throws open the possibility that Leeds United's home could act as security for Radrizani's Italian venture on Sampdoria for 10 years. So you best believe this guy is good at kicking the can down the road. Yeah? And then what happens? Oh, do you know what? Just extend the loan. At which point the interest will also increase, no doubt. And then this then scuppers any potential buyout. Because this potential buyout then need to pay the loan that Radrizani took out against Elland Road and have to purchase the club and all that shit. We are exactly in the same position as when he acquired the football club. That's where we're at, people. That's where we're at. The current status of the proposed loan and to the extent which it has progressed beyond the heads of terms agreement is unclear, but no charge has been registered yet at the time of publication, which is today. That might change, people. The executive agency of the British government that maintains the register for companies, right? So if that goes on there, we know. The Leeds Stadium is not owned by Leeds themselves, but was bought by Radrizani in 2017, shortly after he became the owner of the Yorkshire Football Club. Do you remember all that? We're buying back the stadium. We're buying back the stadium. No, Radrizani bought the stadium. And now he can do with it what he wants, like he's told us in the article. Like he's told us in the article, what me and my company do with our assets is none of your business. That's what he told them. Dale. I said, folks, this video's, it's on record. I was told by someone that I do take their information with credibility that already back in January, players were being touted out for permanent deals on the younger crop. Those coming through. And I said before that he would stick around to get some cash in before he moved on. But that's next, innit? Anything's possible now. Anything is possible if he's willing to get a loan out against our ground. Anything is possible. Nothing is off the table. Get him out of the football club. And he said yesterday, when the anger and disappointment has subsided, you know, we will all come back together. Fuck off, mate. Get away, because this anger's not going anywhere. You absolute chancer. He goes on to say that this was one of his first acts as majority shareholder, was to activate a buyback clause negotiated when Elland Road was first sold into private ownership by a previous Leeds regime in 2004. So the 2017 purchase was completed by a different company under Radz's name called Greenfield Investment. Elland Road has since passed to Elland Road Limited, established in late 2020. Radrizani is director of Elland Road Limited, along with Leeds United chief Angus Kinnear, Massimo Marinelli, a prominent figure in Radrizani's investment firm, ASA, and Colin Meador, an official with minority Leeds shareholder 49ers Enterprise. Now, let's not forget that all them people there who were on the board of directors for Elland Road Limited were not even told about this deal. They weren't even told. It's mental. 49ers Enterprises is currently attempting to take control of Leeds from Radrizani, and he's locked in talks over a buyout following the club's relegation of the Premier League. Well, there's no talks, man. For me, it's done. It's done. It's gone. How are they going to work with this guy now when he's trying to siphon off the ground without even telling them? It says the parties had an agreement to close a takeover in the event Leeds remained in the Premier League, but no price has been set in the event of relegation, which leaves Radrizani and the 49ers to haggle over any potential takeover. In a further twist, however, sources close to the takeover process insisted on Thursday morning that Leeds board members, including the 49ers and the club's chief executive, Kinnear, had not been informed of the proposal to use Elland Road as security against the loan. Absolute snake, okay? The sources added that Marinelli, a Leeds board member, an officer of Elland Road Limited and CEO of Acer, who are part of the group attempting to take over Sampdoria, had also not been informed. Radrizani did not respond to requests for comment on this point. So they said to him, how come you not shared it with them? Well, no comment. You know what I mean? Absolute chance, absolute snake. He goes, what happens to the ground ownership? Well, his company would still own it, bro, wouldn't they? Yeah, exactly, mate. Well, he told us yesterday, Giancarlo, he told us yesterday that when the anger and disappointment subside, we'll all march back to the Premier League. That's not going anywhere, is it? It's not going anywhere. Protests need to happen. It says it is understood that the 49ers were only informed about Radrizani's proposal on Wednesday evening after the Athletics' initial approach. So they only found out on Wednesday, yesterday, not even 24 hours ago. It remains unclear whether the agreement in principle has progressed further or if Radrizani ultimately opted for a different approach to secure funding. But it is remarkable in itself that Leeds chairman was prepared to put his name to securing the stadium of his current club against a loan to buy a different club. It is also likely to strain relations between Radrizani and the 49ers. No shit. Why would you want to do business with someone like this? You wouldn't. You wouldn't, man. You would say, do you know, like I said to you earlier, yeah, the 49ers, and again, this is just my opinion, I'm not in the know, but the 49ers Enterprises is a group of investors. One of them being Pete Lowy, who's a multimillionaire from Australia. One of them's a high-ranking official in Washington, D.C. Don't know who it is, but that's one of them. There might be actors and all these sort of people that do this, right, that throw money into it. They will remove their funding. 100%. Why would you want to go into bed with this guy? Is it any wonder they were seen spotted talking and schmoozing with the Sheffield United owner? You know? There's pictures of them smoozing with the Sheffield United owners. Who wants to sell? And that wasn't even the 49ers Enterprises. That was the 49ers guy. Forget his name now. It's insane. It's insane. So, yeah, strained relations between Radrizani and the 49ers, just as the point supporters may be hoping they will thrash out a final agreement for a takeover. That was the hope, right? That was the hope for us as fans, that it's okay. We can handle relegation. Jed York, that was it. Thanks, Kyle. Jed York is the 49ers guy. He was pictured with the Sheffield United board. The one saving grace, I guess, is the fact that we all thought we were gonna get taken over, but that now's gone, man. For me, anyway. My good friend Liam says either 49ers buyers in the next week or two, or never at all. Now they won't want to deal with Radz. My bet is the latter. Exactly. And can you blame them, Liam? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I mean, just to try put it into context, if I lent some money to my pal and then he took ages to pay me back, and then he said to me, Joe, can I lend some more money? I'd go, no, nah. Which is true, right? It's similar. It's not similar, but you know what I mean? I'm just trying to put it into layman's terms. Like, I know then that's a black mark against that person. Clive, man, why are you being nasty to folk, man? Don't make me remove you. Don't comment on my accent. I don't know what you're on about. Just calm down. If you're saying, right, I'm droning on, I ain't got time for shit like this, mate. You're getting removed. Okay, I can't be arsed with you. Just bear with us one sec. Just let me... Honestly, I can't be arsed with this shit. I don't need coming on about, oh, you're reading an article. Well, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Where are you? Droning on in your stupid Halifax accent and that. Go away, right? You're gone, right? Tit. Yeah, like fucking, you don't need that shit, right? Do you know what I mean? Honestly, I'm pissed off anyway about the football club, and then people want to go like, I don't know why, because I'm on about the Athletic. Do you know what I mean? What are you on about? Yeah, what's wrong with Halifax? I don't know. My stupid Halifax accent or whatever it is, because I'm reading an Athletic article. It's mental. It's mental. I just can't be arsed. This is what I mean. What? You just be removed because you choose to be a part of my world, right? If you don't like, then don't be a part of the world. Do you know what I mean? If that makes sense, that might sound a bit like sanctimonious. You choose to be a part of my world, but what I mean is you come for my opinion. If you don't like it, that's fair enough. You can give that, but if you start then being like abusive, no, I'll block you on Twitter, I'll mute you, and on here I'll just remove you from the channel. You can still watch the videos, you just can't comment. Is what it is, and no one can see your comments. So, but that's on you. No one else. I just can't be arsed with it anymore. Right, let's go back to the article. So it says, in an email to The Athletic on Wednesday evening, Radrizani says, "You are not well informed as the deal has been done by JUSTJOE Capital." JUSTJOE Capital did not respond to a request for this comment. Well, we know that that's wrong anyway. We know that that's wrong anyway because the press release that was done by Sampdoria, right, said that the company was acquired by JUSTJOE and Acer. So he's chatting shit. He's trying to squirm. He's a snake, yeah? He's trying to shed a next layer of skin. You know? It says Radrizani has been lining up purchase of debt-ridden Sampdoria as part of a bidding group, which includes Acer and Matteo Manfredi, the founder of JUSTJOE Capital. QSI, the owners of PSG, are also in discussions over assisting the takeover, but sources familiar with the discussions insisted they have no involvement or knowledge of an agreement to use Elland Road as capital. So he's literally done it all on his own. You know? He's done it all on his own. But the potential of Elland Road as security against the loan risks angering Leeds supporters, raising serious questions about why the ground could be used to assist the purchase of a different club. It would be a remarkable development in any event, but even more so in the days following relegation. That's what I mean. It's the timing as well. Elland Road has been the home of Leeds United ever since the club's formation in 1919, which makes this matter of significant public interest to both the local community and the club's global fan base. In his email, Radrizani told The Athletic that this is the worst bit, man. What Acer Ventures does with its assets, which includes several companies, including Leeds United, Greenfield and Elland Road, it's none of your business. But it is, though. Because it's our football club. You are just the custodian of this football club. It is our business. It's every Leeds fan's business what you do with our football club. This isn't, your own little sandwich shop or something like that, It's mental. You can do, this is the thing. You can do what you want, but you are just trying to put Leeds United fans against myself. It is not nice. What the fuck is he smoking? What is he smoking? To say that. You can do what you want, but you're just trying to put Leeds United fans against me. It is not nice. Said like a petulant child, man. It's mental. Exactly, Paul. This is the thing, isn't it? It is not nice. Get a grip. Get a grip. You are just trying. Why would they want to try? You don't need no help. You don't need no help in Leeds United fans turning against Andre. You've got that boxed off, son. You've got that, in the locker. Don't worry about that. You're just trying to. It is not nice. Fuck off. You absolute tit. If you don't laugh, you'll cry. When asked directly whether he had offered Elland Road as a security for the loan to buy a different club, which it is pointed out as a matter of great public interest to the club supporters, Radrizani did not, at that point of publication, respond. Exactly. Yeah. So when he said, "You're trying to turn Leeds fans against me," they have said, "Well, What about their ground? It's a great public interest to the supporters. He's then got no comment. He's then refused to respond to emails. The prospect of the loan poses the risk of another financial implosion at Sampdoria, leaving Elland Road exposed to an attempt by the bank to claw back any money it had loaned to the Radrizani group. Exactly. Against our name, against our football club. Joe, got a new dog, wakes me up at 6 just in time for you. 49ers don't fuss about, even with backlash, they don't Kaepernick. Is this the American footballer? Yeah, these games aren't for them. And can you blame anyone? These games aren't for any businessman. These games aren't for any businessman. Radrizani's purchase of Elland Road 6 years ago was viewed as a major step towards stability for Leeds. Do you remember? Yeah, we've got our ground back. Despite it not returning to the hands of the club directly, exactly, he kept that for himself. The indication was that any future takeover was likely to include this stadium as part of the deal, but that may now be in doubt. Yeah, I mean, so maybe he could still sell, but he'll still keep the ground. But then again, he's took a loan out against it. I don't think any prospective buyer is going to be cool with that. Previously, Leeds have been paying rent of around 1.7 million a year to use it. Those payments stopped temporarily after Radrizani bought the ground, although the club's promotion to the Premier League saw annual rent payments begin again. I did not know this. This is what I was saying. He's happy not to take the money when we're trying to get in the Premier League. But when that extra cash comes, he's like, turn that loan back on. You give me that 1.7 million a year as well. Sloshing around in his bank account. Absolute snake. So when paying himself rent, Dale, exactly. We shouldn't be surprised, man. I didn't know that. I genuinely didn't know that. So he's turned it off to get up, probably for some sort of reporting purposes or something, I don't know, or just because they needed the money at that point. Then he get that Premier League money and he's like, right, let's turn them repayments back on. Honestly, it's a joke. Let's go back to the article. Honestly, it's that's even more mental. Yeah, it gets worse, doesn't it? Radrizani hadn't spoken publicly since the club's relegation, but he did give us this statement. I find it very hard in the right words to say, he said before, insisting the club that change is needed. I wonder if that change is him selling the ground. The statement continued, we need a clear strategy to continue our vision for the club, and work is underway to produce this, which will hope. See, this is what I'm saying, man. All these words now is bullshit as well, isn't it? You know? It's all bullshit. We apologise to our fan base. We know that things have not been good enough. We know we have to improve, but please be assured that behind the scenes we have worked hard to... Yeah, fuck off. Go away. You horrible, horrible man. You horrible, horrible man. The mad thing is, I think for me, I'm almost more angry about this than I was in previous regimes. And the reason being is because we had it in the palm of our hands. That's the worst thing. I'm more angry now than I was under Cellino, than I was under... Genuinely, because this guy had it in the palm of his hands. He took us to the Premier League. We finished 9th. We finished 9th, people. And that season, we weren't that far away from Europe. We'd actually... I think we only lost to Brighton. If you remember, we went away to Brighton and lost 1-0, I think, against Graham. If we win that game or get a point, I think we actually get Europe that year. It was that close. I remember doing a video right at the start of this channel saying we're so close, and this is why. If you remember, we drew against Man United, we beat City, we got some great results towards the back end of the season. We finished 9th. Won our last 5 games, exactly. And it was that Brighton result. Had that Brighton result not happened, then it'd been a different kettle of fish. But he had that. And then that following season, you give us Junior Firpo, you give us Christopher Clarkson and Dan James, and come out with this bullshit story telling us that all the players from last season were injured. So they'll be like new signings and all that sort of shit. And then he goes, and then you give the worst manager 170 million or whatever it was to spend, even though your net spend was a lot less because you brought in money up front for Calvin and Rafinha. Oh, I can't, honestly. So it's, for me, it's arguably worse because he had it all and he messed it up. I'm just going to check my Twitter notifications now because there's been a lot coming. Yeah, we need to know sack of the board in Italian. I'm assuming more will come out. Listen, I've already spoke to Andrea Russo. We're going to do another video tonight. So Andrea Russo is going to be back because he'll be able to. It's really good. He speaks really well. He knows his stuff. And also be able to give us the Italians' interpretation of this over there. Because no doubt it'll be getting reported in their publications as well. That this new owner of Sampdoria that's riding on a white horse has actually tried to leverage his current football club. So even them fans will be looking at that going, this guy's not good. What's he up to? You know? Let me just see what else has been happening. I just want to check some more of the news. Oh, there you go. On the 14th of June, 2023, if Andrea Radrizani has not left Leeds United or is not about to leave, Leeds fans will apparently gather outside Elland Road at 9 o'clock for demonstrations. So apparently that's going to be a thing of which, I will be there on the 14th of June, and we'll get some video out around that fact for sure. Leeds United Supporters Trust have done their piece. Let's go through the Supporters Trust. That's it. Licenziare il consiglio, which means sack of the board in Italian. Yeah, sack of the board in Italian. So I need some new T-shirts printing daughter saying Lisario in il consiglio. So yeah. Right, let's have a look what the trust have had to say. First time seeing this, folks. This might be linked to the potential protests. So it says Leeds United have right, okay. Right, okay. So Leeds United have backed Leeds United Supporters Trust application to make Elland Road an asset of community. Oh, right, okay. So sorry, this was about the asset of community. So see what I mean? He's done it at that time. Look, Leeds United have backed Leeds United Supporters Trust application to make Elland Road an asset of the community. Sorry, we've already been through this, yeah. Because obviously it means that Elland Road cannot be sold, and it also says about the hang on, let's have a look. Yeah, the importance of the football ground to it. Right, okay, sorry, I do apologise. I thought that was a statement in regards to the goings on today. Yeah. And Adam Pope just saying, look, I'm afraid the chairman has failed to recognise that a football ground is more than just an asset. It's a lot of people's business. That is why LUFC Trust secured Elland Road as an asset of community value, which he'd have had to sign off on at the time, right? He'd have had to say, yeah, I'm cool with this. Yeah, I'm cool with this. And it wouldn't surprise me if somewhere down the line, because it's an asset of the community, he has to pay less for it. Do you know what I mean? Like a listed building or something. There's probably something in it for him. Let's have a look what else has been said. I just want to check on LUFCMot.com. Carlos Corberán's future at West Brom is in doubt as Leeds consider. Listen, I'd love Carlos Corberán, but it is what it is. Who's this? Lord John Mann. I don't know who this guy is. I don't know. People are tagging me in all sorts now. I just want to make sure they're all right. Audio rejects. What's this? Andrea Radrizani in his true form. I think that's quite quite apt, isn't it? Quite like that. Any news about Big Sam? Well, he's supposed to have a meeting today. Who's he having a meeting with? This is what I'm saying. It's actually thrown everything into up into the air, because we heard on the Tippy Tappy podcast yesterday, that probably was filmed a couple of days before, but we were told that he was going to have a meeting today, lunchtime. Well, that's gone, because they'll all be running around the office going, "What the fuck's going on, man? He's tried to leverage the football club." You'll have phones ringing like mad. And remember, they're a League One outfit behind the scenes, so there'll only be one person answering the fucking phones. Everyone will be getting put on hold like that. You know what I mean? Because we're a League One outfit behind the scenes. And that's why shit like this is able to go on. But, you know, the 49ers will be going mental now. So whoever's Parag Maraf, he'll be getting loads of calls from his investors, a part of the cap. They'll be ringing through to Kinnear. What's going on? He'll be saying, "I don't even know." They'll be speaking to the guy at Acer, and he's going, "I don't know. I don't have a clue." And Radrizani's sat in emails going, "You're all against me. It's not nice." Honestly, get out. In segle il consigliere. I don't even know what that was, but there it is. Licenziare il consigliere. There you go. There you go. Aaron says, "Joe, 30th of June is when the next accounts are due on Company's House." Well, there's a date for the calendar, folks. He'll be shitting it. Get him out of the football club. What's this? So apparently 49ers own 29% of Elland Road. I don't, honestly, it's mad. We're all just like going around like madmen now, trying to find it out. Let's have a look if I've missed anything. It's just mad, isn't it? Time to get the band back together. Massimo, time to go. Joe Donahue said, "Radrizani described the Athletics' findings as not nice and an attempt to put Leeds fans against him." And he says, "You know what else wasn't nice? What happened on Sunday." And he weren't even there. You know? Honestly, Adam Crafton says, "I actually can't think of many more egregious acts by an owner in the running of a football club than drawing up terms to offer up the stadium to one club without informing its board members in the week they are relegated to fund the purchase of another football club." It is mental what this guy has done. It is mental. And he needs to speak. We need to have a statement. We need... we need something. Please, 49ers speak and just put us out of his misery and say, "Listen, we're not getting involved anymore. Leeds fans. He's an absolute snake. We didn't agree with this decision, that decision." Just put him out in the open now. Put him out in the open and show him for what he is. If I'm Angus Kinnear, I'm resigning on the spot. Do you know what I mean? It's that's what we need. Let the rats leave the sinking ship so that he's left just the Pied Piper on his own, playing the pipe. And then he'll have no option. He'll have no option than to say, "You know what? I need to go. This now is untenable. It's mad. I genuinely can't believe what's happened. I'm just going to have a look on messages just to see if I've missed anything. Yeah, people are saying it's like Ridsdale level shit, which is insane. It's not nice. One sec. So the 49ers do have they actually do have a bit of the ground So that might have prevented any sort of sign off. Maybe that's what caused problems. Do you remember when it went through and then we heard it had been rejected? No. I don't think that's the right. If someone takes the piss out of you that you work for, it's not about being a quitter. You have to accept that. It's something I've learned as I've grown older. If I don't like a job that I'm in, if I don't like, I will just say, listen, this isn't for me. This isn't about quitting. Basically, Angus Kinnear has been left out to dry. He was the only one at the football ground. Listen, he's culpable for a lot. I almost said it. Well, I did say the other day, I almost felt sorry for him because he was the last one left. You know, what's in mafia films where they called him a putz. Hey, putz. You know, he was put up as the putz, wasn't he? To take all this shit. And he's the only one that's been there. But the fact that all this is going on, I would resign. That's not about quitting. I would say, do you know what? I can get paid for this. And then the 49ers should turn around and go, do you know what? Why are we going to invest in this snake? And then the shit will hit the fan for him. The shit will hit the fan for him because he's talking about in his notes yesterday that he put out to us saying, Patsy, that's it. I mean, what's wrong? Do you want to tell me what's wrong, bro? Do you want to give us your opinion? Because that's what it is, and we'll talk about what you've gone. Tell me which bits, and I'll gladly read them, bro. I'll wait for you to put your comment in, and then see what you're saying that I've got wrong. Because, like you say, a lot of it is just opinion. I don't know the ins and outs, but we shall see. You know, so let's just wait and see for my man to see what he's saying that I've got wrong. Because it is an open forum, if you like, unless you start being nasty, and then obviously that you get removed, like our good man Clive. Peace and love to you, Clive. I'm just waiting now. I'll fight Radz in a bare knuckle. I don't blame you, mate. Get the charity boxing match going, for sure. Yeah, no, there's nothing. But I don't think I am making things up that are wrong, but we'll see. Kinnear's a clown, but this is complete disrespect by Radz, and if I was Kinnear, I wouldn't stand for it. He should resign because of the disrespect. Sean, yeah. 100%, Jay. That's what they do. 100%. Yeah, I don't know. We move. Yeah, Rob agreed. Yeah, Kinnear's no. Listen, I will say, Kinnear's no shrinking violet. I'm just saying, like, the fact that he's the one probably speaking to director of footballs, he's probably speaking to prospective managers, and then this happens. Then this happens. That's what I mean. He must be like, what am I doing here? I don't think we have had a Leeds Supporters Trust comment yet. It'd be interesting to see if we get the Supporters Advisory Board as well, to see if they've... But the Leeds United Supporters Trust will be getting together and no doubt putting together a statement for sure. That goes without saying. I think that'll happen. But yeah, listen, we'll have to wait and see. I do have work today from 4:15 till 10:15. So if anything happens between now and 4:15, I'll be back. I'll be back tonight. Me and Massimo. Massimo, fucking hell. That's because of this shit show I'm in. Massimo, bloody, a lot of them. Ken Bates. Me and Andrea will be. Will definitely be doing. Where's that guy's comment anyway? Who said I was getting it all wrong? He's not in. It's not said. Yeah. So we'll see in it. Massimo Russo. Oh, Massimo Russo. Fucking stop, man. Stop. So myself and Andrea Russo will be back tonight. We'll be back tonight, and we'll have a chat about it. But if anything else develops, I'll be back because, like I say, I mean, I think more will come out. It's just mad, isn't it? It's mad. Can't believe what's developed. He is a snake. Radz out. Radz out. Radz out, people. Radz out. He's worse than Cellino. Yeah, listen, he had it all. He had it all. He had it in the palm of his hands, and he's blown it, and now he's trying to leverage the club to buy other ones. Honestly, I can't wait to see the back of him. And we need to make it untenable for him. I mean, get tweeting the guy. Radz out, Radz out. It is what it is. Get it done. So yeah, listen. But we'll move. We move. Right. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel and get your comments in. And I'll leave you with this. L'inciere il consigli. Time to go, Radrizani. Time to go,